field goal attempts for the Skyforce here early on.
Stokes sending an early message. Also 6 offensive rebounds for the Skyforce.
Majette gets taken down. Cross reading the game notes. I thought only the media reads that.
Put a suit on him, you'd think he was calling the game.
I think we got to be careful.
Yeah, that is the case with a handful of these players.
Looked way too relaxed for a game 3. Whittington strokes a 3.
Carry over from what we saw last night. Stepping up, knocking down open shots. Speaking of X factors, he's the guy in the Skyforce team that brings that off the bench. How much attention defensively my teammates are going to be open, and with a team like Sioux Falls, he's got guys that can knock down those open shots.
Into Stokes, there comes Blue again. Ball movement to Magruder. Rebounded there by Michael Holyfield, came off the bench in game 2 with 8 big rebounds. LA needs some type of production from their bench. The Jet driving against Stokes, just throws one up and gets the roll.
A little English on that one, but what a finish by Majette. And I like the aggressiveness, taking it to the basket when there was no real other options on that play.
Paulo drives to the rim, draws the attention, and Stokes on the weak side sticks it back. Transition here for Sioux Falls, but it's stopped by Majette. Stepping into a 3. Long rebound to Magruder. The lead is 8 for Sioux Falls. Their biggest advantage in that game 2 loss was just 6. Late whistle.
The defenders mixed up the looks in the defensive just energy they brought towards him in game 2. But Stokes is doing the same thing at them offensively, mixing up the looks, the way that he's attacking the basket, and how he's moving and creating buckets for himself and also for his teammates.
Vander Blue is getting the mismatch against Stokes, just can't take advantage. Kick out Whittington, and Michael Holyfield, a good box. Larry Drew the second is checked in for Sioux Falls. So too as Torrey Murray. This is Drew, off target from 3. Usually Andre Ingram is an early sub or comes off the floor early in the first quarter, but Speedy Smith unavailable tonight for LA in the backcourt. A right wrist injury that has him out. Fed inside to Holyfield in the foul.
For LA, we understand the circumstances. It's not ideal, but we are all prepared to play 48 minutes a game if we need to, because right now that's what's on the line, and this is it for us. But we see Speedy Smith sitting there on the bench, and I spoke with him earlier just for a few minutes, and what a positive attitude. He said, unfortunately, you know, that was something that he was disappointed in. He would give anything to be playing here, but he said, I know all things happen for a reason. I'm just going to stay positive. 4 to 6 weeks for him. He said, try and get back and be ready for when Summer League rolls around.
90 seconds to go. DeAndre Liggins just throws it up. Whittington to Keith Benson. A bit of a hitch in his shot as he misses. Majette open for 3, well beyond the line, and left it just 9 times, part of their success in their must-win victory. Murray drives in, bodies up against Holyfield and flips it in.
And how good was Murray? Last night he came in an offensive spark from the bench. He hit some very timely 3-pointers. And showed just the veteran presence that he could bring for this team.
Majette drives to the rim and lays it in. Just relentless on the penetration for Josh Majette. Back to a 5-point game.
The more Josh Majette does that, finds some baskets at the hoop, hopefully it will open up the floor for guys like Ryan Gomes, or when Andre Ingram is in the game, to knock down some open perimeter shots as well.
Step back Drew at the end of the shot clock. Just 3 seconds left. Gomes fires. No good. Josh Majette rimmed out on a 3.
The defenders 17 points, tying their season low for first quarter points. They said their brand of basketball is
collected by Sioux Falls. Craig Winnington drives baseline, sees the double team, and LA forces the turnover.
Excellent help there by Holyfield.
Harper clogged up, and it's out of bounds to Sioux Falls. 5-point lead here for Sioux Falls, just underway in the second quarter.
Turnovers. They don't have many unforced like that.
You mentioned how difficult LA thought it would be to beat Sioux Falls in back-to-back games. Only once this entire season did Sioux Falls lose consecutive contests at home.
Well, and they had, prior to last night, they had lost here at home in close to 3 months.
Craig Winnington for 2.
Whittington from the three-point line certainly was a factor there in game 2 of this production, and what we had seen, 17 points for him.
Vanderblue now just 1 of 6 from the field, looking for a call.
Going hard to the hoop, and Blue with just 2 points so far in this game, but he's a guy who likes to play downhill attack mode, and he's going to need to get something going for this defenders team if they want to hang in.
Legette blocked by Benson. Gets it back though. The low feed to Holyfield is ever DLeague championship.
He told us records are made to be broken, championships last forever. He said we are proud of that record, but as soon as the regular season was done, we were done with it. We've had 1 goal throughout these playoffs, and these guys need to understand the moment that's at stake.
Inside to Trowick. Good ball movement by Sioux Falls. If you're LA, what can you do?
Well, trying to limit what the Skyforce has been able to do in side-to-side ball movement. They've done a good job, relatively speaking, after that first quarter of handling the inside with Stokes. But it is the ball movement that's got not just a good shot, but great job for the Skyforce.
They could not close the deal in 3 games. Sioux Falls broke that record this season with 40 regular season wins, and now they're trying to take down LA for the title.
And a turnover there, but it's been a core of guys with the Skyforce team that it has created the depth that we see, but also the understanding of the offense, what Dan Craig is trying to run systematically, both defensively and offensively, and they executed so very well.
Collected by Sioux Falls. Jabril Trowick on the move. Liggins out to Trowick. Stokes from the outside.
Once again, it's that outside shot that he emphasized to us he's been working on, he's been improving, wants to show that he has more of just an inside game and that he could knock down that face-up 15-footer. And that's gonna be the biggest aspect that NBA scouts and GMs, coaches are gonna look at. Can he do more to pull defenders out, not only hit that outside shot, but also create more for himself inside because of it?
Makes the kick out to Paulo, and it lipped out. Blue wraparound pass. Holyfield puts it on the deck, missing the layup. Extra pass to Ingram, leans in for 2. And the tough shooting evening for LA continues here into the 3rd quarter.
You can't say it enough. You got to wonder how those minutes, the type of minutes these starters have played, not just during these final series, but the entire postseason has begun to wear on them.
Stokes with the mismatch against Blue, just shoots right over the top and connects again.
He's feeling it. 6 points in this third quarter, and all 3 of those field goals have been perimeter face-up shots.
He told us that his game does include those types of maneuvers, but his team needed him to be a post presence, and that was what was going to win games. And on the final day of the D-League season, we're seeing a complete game for Jarnell Stokes.
It is, and he said that he came in to this year understanding the type of development he needs. He said, I didn't have that mindset my rookie year, but now I'm starting to learn habits. I saw a pass from Neutrality to Apollo, but I'm using strength. He throws his body around. He goes after it on the boards. But the knock against him is his size, and it's not just that, because he can play in the league at that size with his strength, but he needs to develop that outside game, and it looks like he's starting to do that.
Pins Vander Blue.
2. But at this point, it's an uphill climb for this LA team, given their numbers.
Trotlick, a 3.
Stokes told us yesterday one of his favorite parts is the way they're like brothers. They go after each other in practice. It's an effort to make one another better, but it's that close-knit standing, how to put together the best group of 5 guys in the rotation you need to be most effective throughout games. And Craig has done an impressive job with that.
Stokes against Majet. Takes the smaller defender to the basket.
I mean, given the game we saw out of Stokes last night, I have been blown away with what he's been able to do, not just in putting up points, because he went to work in the post in that first quarter, but now showing off the footwork and the skill and the outside work.
Just 10 points in.
And Stokes, he's got to be out to prove something. Prove that he not only is MVP of the D-League, but what's going to happen to him this offseason and the summer and trying to get himself on an NBA roster.
Blue up ahead to Harper, rebounding the Whittington miss. Harper working on Whittington, pivots inside, and is heading to the line. And the 3 jump shots he hit in this third quarter, the only 3 field goals of the finals to come outside of the paint. Apollo goes high for the lay-in.
And for a guy like Stokes, you know, creating your niche offensively, but also working on your game defensively, defending the pick and roll. Can he be a guy in the NBA that has the type of movement and foot skill to play inside, play a stretch 4?
Whittington leads the break. Throws one up, no. Redirected to Harper of LA. Title, LA did not. Sioux Falls trying to bring home the championship after a record regular season.
Sioux Falls just keeps pouring it on, but not a lot of answers for LA. Given the short bench they now have, and you can see.
Our coverage for the 36th year, along with a cast of thousands, also streaming live on Watch ESPN and ESPN Live. Averaging 30 points in these finals, entering tonight's Game 3. DeAndre Liggins with 7 on the timer. Backing down Majet, creates space, left it short. Majet after the rebound, ripped away by Stokes for the flush. Offensive foul, illegal screen by Holyfield as Majet, 23 points for Jarnell Stokes.
And Stokes had said earlier, he said, of course, my dream was to be wearing a Memphis Grizzlies jersey, a Miami Heat jersey during this season, but he said that's not it anymore. My dream, my goal right now is to win a championship. trapping. And the Skyforce team is so loaded with potent scores that Stokes drawing that attention opens things up for his teammates. And it just made this team so difficult to guard, and obviously a major reason why they were able to.
Started every single playoff game, and Sioux Falls will end the postseason with a 6-1 record. Benson the block. Blue lines up for three, well short. Numbers for Sioux Falls. Out of bounds to LA.
And credit Sky, full job he did with his defenders team this season, and particularly throughout the postseason.
They emerged from the West as the number 4 seed, winning a pair of game 3s on the road in prior rounds. Vander Blue makes the layup, goes crashing into the crowd, and he's a bit slow to get up on the other end of the floor. He's starting to jog the other way. LA playing defense with just 4. Vander Blue trying to walk it off as Trawick got to the rim. Jamal Branch just checked in for the first time in these finals.
Wanting to know that they gave it everything that they had. They said if that's what they do, then they can leave feeling satisfied.
Branch gets to the rim again. That really jolted this Skyforce team in the third quarter to take complete control of this contest. Stokes with 25 and 12. Liggins with back-to-back double-doubles. 11 points, 10 rebounds to close out the D-League Finals. Approaching 2 minutes to go in game 3. 7 on the timer. Benson from deep. Cleared away by Shumpert. For the second time in 4 seasons, LA will fall short in the championship. For Sioux Falls, making their first appearance in the finals, and they're 2 minutes away from their first D-League title. Saved by Paulo. Wraparound pass. Looking for spikes. Numbers for LA. Ingram gets to a good spot on the floor, but it's individual efforts over the last 3 games.
Oh, we've had such an excellent finals to watch, to be a part of, to see the intensity and just incredible performance from some of these players, but collectively from both of these teams.
40 and 8, and against the best competition in the postseason, they're going to win 6 of 7.
It's been unbelievable to watch. And again, that all starts at the top, and give credit to what Dan Craig has done coming over for his first season as head coach and understanding what this organization is about, and bringing all of his knowledge and background and experience from his time with the Miami Heat.
Final minute. Another packed crowd inside of the Sanford Pentagon, creating such a great home court advantage for the Skyforce. They wanted a title, but they also wanted to secure it on their home floor in front of these fans.
They gave the fans plenty to cheer about, and these fans certainly came, packed the place, and have brought energy from start to finish.
Shot clock is off.